Hello, everyone. It's your boy Brandon from Audio Addiction. Welcome back to the channel. We are short. We're down one person today. Unfortunately, Therese was feeling a little under the weather, but send her some love in the chat or in the comments. But we have Alex with us, of course. How you doing, Alex?
Doing great. Doing great. Thanks for having me back again. It's
You
very
don't have
generous of
you don't
you.
have a choice. In fact, I thank you for continuing to do this. This is great. I love doing it. So hopefully you guys enjoy doing it as well. But yeah, super stoked. We're finally getting back to Mamamoo, which has been a long time coming. I can't even. I'm trying to think of when we did part two. It was like a month ago. Has to be close.
Has to be over a month ago. I don't even remember.
Yeah, we lost track, but we're back on the Mamamoo train for just a smidge. So, for all the people that were wanting us to do like unit stuff as well as solo material, we're doing that tonight. So, pretty stoked on all of that. We did check out one unit song on our spin the wheel thing, so that was very cool. So it kind of got me back into the mood of Mamamoo. So, pretty excited.
What did we check out?
We checked out Monster, I believe.
That was Irene and Solgi
Yes, correct.
from
Irene
Red
Sul-
Velvet.
Ah, fuck. Well,
So we did not check
we
out
did not
anything.
check out
Unit.
any. So, that's my brain, man. It's been a week.
I was wondering where you were
It's
going with
been
that.
a week. It's been a week.
The
Anyway.
last part we did, the last Mamamoo stream we did was January 10th.
Woo.
So
So
it's been
over a month.
it's
Over a
been like
month.
6 weeks, almost 6 weeks.
Yeah. That's how my brain has deteriorated over that time. Um, but yeah, very excited. I do want to preface that I did listen to the Le Seraphim record, which I know has no basis to this video, but you know, I liked it. I thought it was solid. So should go check that out if you have the time to. But yeah, we're gonna get into this one. We are starting off with Solar. In the first part of this, I don't know how Alex has it broken up, so maybe he can kind of go
Yeah, I
into a
can
little explanation.
I can give a little bit of information and bear with me, everyone hanging out in chat, watching the video. I am not the most well versed with Mamamoo. Doing my best. I'm pretty familiar with
You're
the
holding it
music.
down. Yeah.
I know some of the ins and outs, but um, I picked what I felt were like the most iconic or the most important songs for us to check out. I picked
Hmm.
3 songs from every member. So that being said, there are going to be songs that are missing. There are going to be unit things that are missing. Feel free to let us know like what you want to see after this. Maybe we'll add it to our variety wheel. Maybe we'll do like another catch up stream. But I felt like 3 from each was a pretty good amount to kind of get the feeling, and it's really hard to pick for some of them. Like for Hwasa especially, it was really hard to pick 3. Moonbula, it was hard to pick 3. Um, so if I didn't get your favorite song in there, I'm sorry. If I did, then got lucky.
You have to throw them on the wheel. Throw it on the wheel, and we'll check it out for sure. If you give us some. Shout out to everyone in chat. Very stoked to be joining you on a Wednesday. Gondo says, Sugi and Moonbeal are friends, so close enough. Thank you. I appreciate you giving me a little bit of a pass on that. B Don,
Yeah,
hello. How's it going? Same with I'm PD. Hello. How's it guys? How your guys' day going? Hope
welcome,
it's going
welcome.
well. Love to see it. But yeah,
And G is on
and
time
G's
today.
on time
Team
today.
Omni when you're on time.
Let's go. We love to see it. We love to see it. Well, anyway, we're gonna start off with Solar. This is Dun Dun Dun. Is this
Yes.
this? If you could place on when these do you know when the solo material was kind of put out roughly, Alex? Or
I did put all the solo songs we're checking out
okay,
chronologically
okay,
by member.
very cool.
So the songs will be in chronological order from the oldest to newest for each member, not overall, but for every member.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
the first one we're starting with is actually a little interesting because it is Solar, if you don't know, is a YouTuber as well. She has
Yes.
a channel, which is the channel we're on right now, called Solarcido, where she like does like vlogging and like all sorts of different things. She had like a little. She created a song that is sort of like the intro to her channel, like kind of
Okay.
the
Yeah.
the jingle.
Oh, I know.
So
Yeah.
the first one we're actually starting with is going to be the full song version of that on her
Wow.
Solarcido channel.
Let's go. I love to see that. That's awesome. Well, very excited. This is done, done, done. So let's get into it.
어떤 걸 좋아할지 어떤 걸 원할지 알다가도 모르는 거 yeah. 잠이 웃음 포인트 내게 보여주는 거니까 솔직하게 말할게 또 어머 이런저런 걱정도 참 많다 돈돈돈 개미처럼 잘 살았다 오늘은 생각 없이 다 잠깐 내려놔봐 셀라시도 돈돈돈 나 고민해 셀라시도 돈돈돈 어마 셀라시도 일단 뭐 그냥 해보는 거지 매일매일 생각나는 게 너무 많은데 매일매일 적어놓은 게 넘치는데 어떤 걸 원해 네가 원한 대로 할래 Only I prepare for you yeah. 하루 종일 별일도 다 예네 돈돈돈 내가 있어줄게 옆에 얼마 남지 않은 이 밤에 빨리 들어와 봐 셀라시도 돈돈돈 나 고민해 셀라시도 돈돈돈 어마 셀라시도 일단 뭐 그냥 해보는 거지 This song is for you, only for you. Everything I do is for you. You are the one that makes me smile until the day this song's sung again. This song is for
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
everything I do is for you.
All right. That was Solar's done, done, done. Let's go. I also found out it's in the chat. It's their it's Solar and Wendy's birthday. So happy
Oh,
birthday.
nice.
I know you probably won't watch this, but hey, who knows? I'll shout out, you know. But optimal time to do this video, arguably. You know?
Yeah, how about that?
Stonks. We love it.
Totally planned it, by the way.
So yes, absolutely planned it. I enjoyed this a lot. Typically, I'm always curious on, especially people who kind of get into YouTube, much like myself. I didn't think typically, like, especially the way that I write like music, I'm like, oh, this is just gonna be an intro and that's it. But for Solar to kind of make it a full song, I think that's really impressive. Obviously, she's very talented, so that makes a ton of sense. But I'm glad that she just didn't limit it to just being like, oh, this is my intro for my video and that's it. I like that you expanded upon it a little bit more. That was really sick. Her vocal quality just has like a really nice like warmth to it that I completely forgot because I haven't listened to a lot of Mamamoo as of recently, but I feel like this is gonna suck me back in and get back more into Mamamoo, of course. But yeah, she's got such a distinct kind of vocal quality that I remember just mentioning about in previous Mamamoo tracks, but I think that in her solo material, you get a little bit more of that warmth, you get a little bit more of that vibe. And the song's just fun. It looked like the editing was really fun. It seems very much her like type of humor and like stylizing. Yeah, this is great. I would definitely give this another listen, 100%.
Nice. Yeah, I also thought this was really fun. It was really, I think, a good representation of her, and the editing, especially, I agree, is like very in the style of like a vlog, or the content she does on her YouTube, which
Yeah.
is cool. Um, there were a lot of like nice little references and like cameos and stuff in her video, and I especially liked the one in the beginning where she was writing stuff in English, and I wasn't really sure what she was writing, because I know on her channel she was learning English at some point and like writing that. I was like, oh, but maybe that's just like a B-roll clip,
Yeah.
and then it was her writing the lyrics to that song, which you heard at the end.
Oh,
It's like,
it's
oh,
like,
that's really cool. That's a
yeah.
cool little like foreshadowing. I liked that. And then I also liked when the song kind of like changed up, or not changed, but like had that break at the end where it's just her
Yeah.
kind of singing really pleasantly with like her soft, super soft voice. Um, yeah, I mean, I feel like I've said all there is to say about Solar as a vocalist. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
I'll probably repeat it in every song we listen to with her. Um, but she can just do everything. It's super impressive.
I think she's just like a one man show, and you just love to see it. I think that's kind of what I'll have to go. I'm gonna go give her a subscribe. I'm curious, like what her like vlog content is and stuff, because
She's
it.
done like everything. It's pretty fun stuff.
Hmm. I'm interested to see like, and I've seen some like other videos of like other groups in like regards to them, but considering that like Mamamoo's been part of the K-pop scene for quite a bit, I'm curious to see like their take on it, and obviously going through their next phases of what they're doing. So yeah, I'll have to. I'm always about checking out other YouTubers as well too. So very cool. And I'm sure if you have any good recommendations for Solar content, let me know. I'll definitely give her a watch for sure, especially when I like go to sleep and I turn my TV on. I watch some Solar before I go to bed. Um, but yeah, really really cool. But I will also check out. I didn't know all the other members have YouTube channels, so thank you, B Don. I will have to go give them all a subscribe because I have to. I'm legally obligated to, but I will also go watch their content as well. Very interesting. Got some comments here. G asked if we are doing the solo stuff. We are, so very stoked on that. Bidon says, good, busy with all the Mamamoo ladies and their activities. So this will be fun. Citizen, welcome back. Oh snap! Didn't even know you got, didn't even know this stream was happening. Hello, hello. Bidon says, colleague one, right with her. Ha ha ha. And then Gondo also says, notice colleague one as their camera woman. And then we obviously said that it's their birthday, so very, very sick. Duri said, legit, I've watched some Solar solo ASMR to go to bed. uh, and, uh, and then G says, Hwasa got a YouTube. Pretty sure she got past. Oh, God. Oh, no. Well, hopefully she gets it back. That'd be great.
Uh, I'm assuming Solar is the only one that really has like pursued
Like active.
the actual like YouTuber kind of route, if I'm correct, right? Somebody can correct me, maybe. Like I know they all have like
Channels, yeah.
channels where they probably have vlog content or behind the scenes stuff, but as far as I know, unless I'm just missing out on it, it slipped past me. I feel like the only one I ever see like posting
Like
like actual
consistently.
like vlogs and like uh you know that kind of stuff was Solar. Oh, Wien did as well.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I'll have to check all of their stuff out. Whoever's posting the active content. I mean, I'll still subscribe to all of them, but check out all of them. Solar is a YouTuber, and Wien vlogs a lot, and Moonbyul does live streams a lot. Okay, so they all kind of do
All right.
something. So, all right, well,
Cool. I
I'll
stand
sub up.
corrected.
I'll sub up for all of them. Don't you worry. Um, all right. Well, I think we'll move on to the next one here, which let me get over to my other screen. And we have another Solar track. This one is Spit It Out. So, and this was the next release, correct, Alex?
I really don't know.
Okay. I don't mean to put you on the spot.
They're in chronological order, but as far as like what was,
When
I don't know if there's one in between or not, honestly.
Okay. Let us know in the chat. But Spit It
I
Out.
know that there are more songs than we're covering today, so I'm
Okay.
not really sure exactly when we get to them, like which ones we're missing where, to be honest.
The timeline. I got you.
Yeah, that's where you lose me a little bit with like following too deep into Mamamoo.
It's a lot. It's a
sure,
lot.
people in chat can definitely help us out. Yeah, everyone said this is her official solo debut.
Ah, okay. Cool.
So, cool.
Let's get into it.
Next.
Thank you, guys.
하고 싶은 대로 다 하고 사라지고 난
Okay.
재밌는 걸 또 찾아 매일 새로운 난 Because I'm ready baby driving me crazy 거기 없어 call my name 50-50 난 또만 위는 올라타 여자니까 왜 상관없어 my way Because I love me 굳이 욕할 건 없지 그냥 call my name Set fire 뜨거운 입술로 뱉어 빨간 내 입술로 내 뱉어 Up down 몸을 맡겨 내 목소리 들어 아침부터 잠들 때까지 뜨거운 입술로 뱉어 차가운 그 입술을 닫아 그냥 지겨 내 이름을 불러 아침부터 잠들 때까지 고개 끄덕여 나를 따라 wanna follow Sin pizza pero sin pausa 참고 기다리다 뱉어 노력한 대로 난 얻을 수 있다는 말 어릴 때부터 매일 엄마에게 늘 들었단 말이야 나는 나대로 여긴 나의 뜻대로 이제 call my name Fire 뜨거운 입술로 뱉어 빨간 내 입술로 내 뱉어 Up down 몸을 맡겨 내 목소리 들어 아침부터 잠들 때까지 뜨거운 입술로 뱉어 차가운 그 입술을 닫아 그냥 지겨 내 이름을 불러 아침부터 잠들 때까지 뜨거운 입술로 뱉어 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 뜨거운 입술로 Set fire 뜨거운 입술로 뱉어 빨간 내 입술로 내 뱉어 Up down 몸을 맡겨 내 목소리 들어 아침부터 잠들 때까지 뜨거운 입술로 뱉어 차가운 그 입술을 닫아 그냥 지겨 내 이름을 불러 아침부터 잠들 때까지 뜨거운 입술로 뱉어
All right. That was Solar Spit It Out. Very exciting.
Okay.
Energy. I like it. You want to go first, Alex?
Sure. This song for me, I've heard this before.
Oh, okay.
I think I remember hearing this when it came out. I didn't really like it that much when I first heard it.
Wow. Okay.
Not for any particular reason. I
Just
just
wasn't hitting.
yeah, I can't even actually place why I'm listening back to it now because I thought it was really enjoyable.
Hmm.
It is way more. I think maybe what I didn't like about it before is the song is very like, um, it kind of has one speed.
Yeah. Okay. I could get you on that. Yeah. Like tempo.
Which I, yeah, which sometimes I think maybe I might have been in like my chaos K-pop era where like everything to be,
Had to
I don't
be
know,
like
mixed
a
pop and
thousand energy.
wacky
Yeah.
and um, but no, I think having a chance now to like rewatch it and re-listen to it more closely, it definitely hits. Something that I notice immediately that is really interesting to me is Solar's ability to do. I'm assuming she does all of her backing vocals for the song, right? Like her kind of,
Like the ad libs and stuff.
well, yeah, and just like the background vocals and the harmonies and stuff. I assume that
Uh huh.
it's her doing that. I would have
I
to
wouldn't be
assume
surprised. Yeah.
because yeah, um, she does a really good job at having like different vocal tonalities and different intonations of her voice that make her solo song sound like it's a full group, or her solo song sound like it's being backed vocally by different people because of how unique and how different she can like make her voice sound.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know
would
if I'm
agree.
entirely making sense, but if you told me, I don't know, if I was a new Mamamoo fan or if I was not paying super close attention, you could just tell me this is a Mamamoo song and I would have no trouble believing it.
That's fair.
Just
Yeah.
because I think of how, you know, how much all of her vocals blend and everything. It's really cool. I loved Bald Solar.
Yeah. That is a move.
Um, somebody pointed out in chat that she wanted to shave her head, but the company convinced her to just use a bald cap. Would have
Oh
been a
my god.
badass move
And
to
she
shave
just
her
shaved
head.
our head off. Yeah. Oh my god. They were like, no, no,
Um,
no, 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 no.
that green dress she had that was like, I don't know, just like strings
Yeah.
around. That was some wacky styling, but I wouldn't expect any less from Solar. I know she's a very eccentric person. I
Sure.
know
Yeah.
some of her styling choices in the past, or her company's styling choices in the past, have been also pretty crazy. So, um, yeah, I thought
It's
this
on
is really
par.
good. I thought this is fun.
I will say for me, I really enjoyed her because like I feel like in some of the Mamamoo tracks, like obviously I feel like they do break it up vocally enough where like obviously you can discern who's who. But in a song like this, where and I even mentioned in some of the previous videos we've done where we've done solo like material, I think it gives you just a way better perspective on like them vocally and how much of a range they can kind of push. And I love that because I think this song does a really great job of showing off Solar's range, especially first verse. It's kind of like lower to like low to like mid range, but I would definitely say like more lower in her register. And I really appreciate that because I don't feel like you get to hear that too much in Mamamoo tracks. And then as the song kind of progresses, like the shift of like where she fits tonality kind of changes, and like even in the bridge, like tempo change was so interesting. I like that. That was a nice change of pace, and I kind of do agree with the consensus that it does kind of have that sort of like pulsating kind of vibe to it. But then once you get to the bridge, it changes it up, and then you have like that little bit of long pause, and then you get into that last chorus. I do like that. I thought it made the song definitely break up a lot better. Um, but I think vocally, this is to as of currently, this is probably her strongest vocal song to me. Obviously, we'll be listening to one more tonight, um, but I kind of like the way that she kind of stretched her range a little bit and was able to do different things that don't think I would have gotten in a Mamamoo track. And that's not to say that that's not possible in the future. I'm sure as they grow and evolve more, there will be more opportunity for that to exist. But I think for me, this was like a cool bit of range. You got to hear, again, to piggyback on what Alex said about the different vocal layering going on. I think it was just really well done, and it doesn't feel like it was like forced or additive. It just kind of like felt natural to the song, and was something that just inherently should already be there. And I'm glad that she was able to kind of highlight her vocals that much more, because I think she's got an incredible range, and obviously was able to utilize it very well. The music video was also very iconic as well. I like it. I think Gondo pointed out in the chat the pink dishwashing gloves. That was like the first one that I was like, is she really wearing pink dishwashing, like Ash Ketchum's mom type gloves? Like that's what I was thinking. So I don't know. It's a vibe. I fuck with the vision. So that's what I gotta say. That's it. It's a great track. I also will piggyback as well. Bald Solar. I don't know. She could show up with any look, and I'd be like 10 out of 10.
2024 is the year. Bald Solar.
Please don't. I don't know if you want to manifest that. Oh my god, it's great. And I also think it again shows off her like quirky character. So I love that. All right, we'll get into some comments here. Terry says, gloves, iconic, agreed. And then B. Don says, Solar will be Solar, and we'll love her for it. Absolutely. I love the bald cap. It did seem jarring watching it, but like it also didn't seem like out of place. Like I was just like, oh, okay, she's bald. And then like the next scene was with hair, and I was like, I would imagine they didn't have her shave her head off, but hey, who knows? Could happen. And then everybody was just saying this was from solo debut. So, all right, cool. Very nice. And Gondo says she also did the unibrow and the IF. That's true.
Don't remind me. I'd much rather her be bald.
Let us know. Would you take her bald or with the unibrow? Let us know in the comments. Would love to know. But anyway, we're going to move on to the next one before this turns out weird. But anyway, this one is Honey. So excited about this. This is I would imagine the more recent of her music endeavors. So let's get into Honey. Gondo says Team Bald. Respect.
빨간 몰랐었지 의미 그땐 이제 세계 다 커보니 알게 된 famous say My friend pickle 뚱뚱 나봐 그래 봤자 넘어가는 내가 조심해 그래 난 얼굴 따라질라 What about me 어차피 너 좋아할 거 알고 있으니 뭐 가만가만히 눈을 감아 느껴 입술 그만하네 더 달콤한 배알감이 Win-win 허는 나비들도 뭐야 뭐뭐뭐 모두 조급해 보여 네가 타고 와 날 볼 때마다 걸 떨어진다 잘한다 잘한다 예뻐 쭈쭈쭈 뿜뿜뿜뿜 움직여 감히 눈 볼 수 없는 그 좋은 Don't say anymore 그러다가
That was wild.
Man.
Woo! All right, that was Honey from Solar. God
All
damn.
right. Not to spoil anything, but I think this is my favorite solo track of any of the Mamamoo members.
Damn.
Outright.
Oof.
And for me, like the style of music I listen to, I would assume that it wouldn't be a Solar song just because of like the type
Okay.
of music that
Okay.
I typically like gravitate towards. I would think it would be like
Fair.
a Moonbyul song probably.
Okay.
Um but I don't know. When this song came, this song is so interesting.
Oh yeah.
First of all, it's completely different from what she's done previously. The most interesting part about this for me, and there's a lot of things to talk about, is that it really has like a 3-part chorus. It
It
has
does. Yeah.
it has like an anti-drop sort of rhythmic, just bass kind of. It's a little empty, but it's got like bass and it's a little rhythmic in the first part of the chorus, and then she has her little like vocal part where it picks up, you get some more instrumentals
Yeah.
mixed
Yeah.
in,
Yeah.
and then you get, I don't know if you want to call it a post chorus or a third part of a chorus, where you get like that really cool sax
Oh. That.
instrumental come in,
Yeah.
and it picks up even more, and there's more added into the instrumentation, and it evolves so much, and then you get a Solar rap section, which
Yeah.
is
Oh.
surprisingly
It
really
was
really good,
fire. It was fire. Yeah.
like so seamless. It's so impressive. And then the video itself is awesome. The fits are great. The monochromatic set designs
Yeah.
are awesome.
Yeah.
The whole like motif of like the honey and the bee being in like different sets and stuff. Um, it is so fun. Like especially I love the yellow set with the
Oh yeah. With
I
the
think she's got like
honeycombs.
that funky hat and the honeycombs, and
Yeah.
all the outfits are good. I can't say enough good things about this song.
That bee didn't stand a chance. She took that bee out.
Yeah.
That poor bee was gone. Eviscerated.
What are your thoughts?
I love this track. This is great. I'm gonna hold my favorite songs till the end because obviously we're still at the beginning, so I don't want to make my judgment immediate. But man, I don't think there's anything to not love about this song. I think if you're like the energy is like 11 out of 10. The beat goes crazy. I would love to see like the production on this and like how many session files are on this thing because there's so much layering going on. And I don't even think I could be able to pick out everything, but I will absolutely say that like saxophone hit was super super nice. It breaks up the song in a really unique way, and the best way that I probably could describe this song in like a minimal amount of words is like it has such an earworm quality to it. Like there's something about it as soon as we hit play and I was in the song, I was just like, man, it's over already? That's crazy. Like I want to listen to it again, and it just has a kind of like repeat factor. And if the rest of this Solar release is anything similar to that, then I probably will enjoy this a ton. It does have kind of like a little bit of a neutro kind of vibe, but like even like more intense. Like there are definitely some moments, especially more in the like quieter sections, where you get a little bit more like musical complexity going on. But then like once you get those like really bumping and grooving parts, it really adds to that like textural element of the song that I really
especially
enjoyed.
especially in the beginning where you have
Oh
that
yeah.
dropout, that
Oof.
like slow down, that dropout. That's like a really nice musical touch.
Yeah, it's just like I know that I'm probably going to be, and I also love the syncopated like vocal part with like the beat. I just thought that was really really well done, and it just seemed like she took all of the best qualities as what she has done as a vocalist as of currently and just threw it all at the wall and said like, if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it. And I think she absolutely crushed it. So yeah, this one is gonna be, I think this one's gonna be a very hard one to beat. This is my placeholder right now, but I have a strong feeling that maybe I'll like some more. We'll find out. But definitely give me your suggestions on this release. I will be giving this full album a listen because I enjoyed it a ton. But yeah, this was super earwormy, and I think I could show this to someone that isn't a K-pop fan, and I feel like they would enjoy it. There's no way, like, it's just got such a great vibe to it, and it I feel like it kind of transcends that, like, that, I don't want to say like animosity because that's not the right word, but like that typical thing where you're like, I don't know if I'm a K-pop fan, you know what I mean? And as someone who is like newly getting into K-pop, I can say this with a surety. Like, if I played this for someone who like is into pop or like into that sort of stuff, I definitely feel like people would enjoy the song just inherently. That's me. I don't know. I might be wrong, but really, really fun vibes. But we'll get into some comments here. Gondo says MC Duck. I don't know if that's in reference to. If you can give me a little bit of clarity on that, Gondo, that would be appreciated. Therese says definitely my favorite song and album from Solar. Can agree. Enjoyed this song, so I imagine the album's gonna be lit. B Dawn says yes, earworm. Once I heard it, I can keep humming it. Shoop says, I love how the rap verse was so Solar in a way you wouldn't really be able to imagine until you hear it. And then Gondo says, definitely excited for you to listen to her song Big Booty on the album. Oh man. Very excited. And Gondo clarified and said, rapper Solar is MC Duck, rapper Wien is MC Duck. Oh, okay. Cool. Appreciate the clarification. I was like, MC Duck. I'm like, what the hell is that? I have no idea. That's great. Duck and Dak. That's great. All right. Well, shout out to Solar. Love her. She's great.
Cool. Well, we're on to Wien here.
Woo!
And we're gonna be starting off with
Easy.
An older one called Easy, featuring Sick K.
Wow. All right. Didn't we talked about Sick K on Monday, right?
We did. We just talked about Sick K.
Yeah.
He's a K hip hop artist.
Gondo says we're not going in age order.
No, Gondo, we're going in random order.
For Wien.
Like for members.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, we didn't really plan any sort of order or anything.
Okay, perfect. And then everyone's saying love and easy. All right, so let's go. All right. Oh.
It's not an ordinary day. 눈치가 빠르지 않더라도 넌 너무 알기 쉽게 보여주니 잔인하네. 날 긴장하게 만드는 예민함도 가슴을 찌르는 너의 솔직함도 왜 내게만 해당돼. It's too unfair. I am not easy. 그런 거 싫어. 좋게 맞춰준 거지. 널 더 좋아한 거지. 이미 내 몸도 변해가네. 너에게 가둬둔 날 꺼내 벗어날래. Too late, too late. You're so stupid, stupid. No way, it's not easy. 깊어지는 생각에 외로움이 두려워네. 이젠 버틸 수 있어. It's just an ordinary day. 새벽까지 잠들 수 없더라도 널 찾지 않을래. 좋아질게 많아 all day. 참 딱딱한 너의 말투도 미안히 벗어나지 마 baby 내 사랑은 여전하니까 너에 대한 내 사랑은 어련하니까 내가 개구쟁이에다가 싹고 뭉치더라도 딱 한 번의 기회가 더 있길 바래 내 심장의 주인은 너이길 바래 너를 쉬운 여자라고 생각 안 해 그니까 내 말은 미안해 전할게 사랑해 사랑해 나를 say 난 그런 거 싫어 손에 맞춰준 거지 널 더 좋아한 거지 이미 내 몸도 변해가네 너에게 가둬둔 날 꺼내 어서 말해 Too late you're so stupid stupid No way it's not easy
What the fuck?
Okay, that took a
turn. Holy shit.
that took an interesting turn I was not expecting.
Oh my god. I thought he was gonna. I thought William was like pound it, brother. You know.
Yeah, I thought she was going for a fist bump.
Well, that's a fist bump in a different way. Holy shit. All right. Well, I am not gonna fuck with William. That's that. You know. We can't be confirmed. You know.
I knew these girls weren't human.
I knew I was OT4 for a reason. Anyway, this was a great song. Wien, Easy, featuring Sick K. I guess I'll go first. I enjoyed this a lot. This was great. I am really big right now on the K-pop / like K R&B wave right now. It's like a constant in the rotation right now. So this fits right in that rotation super well. I think Wien's voice just sounded really beautiful, had this kind of like lush sort of feel to it that really, really enjoyed. I also kind of enjoyed, like, again, the instrumentation of this song. I think it's just very much that like kind of jazz, like soft, easy listening kind of vibe to it that I think she does a really great job of like fitting into the pocket. So I really enjoyed this a ton. As well as that, I think Sick K did a great rap feature. I was really kind of intrigued on how he was going to be placed within the song. But I really enjoyed this one a ton. But yeah, this was another one that another fire track. So I'm about it. This is I might be standing Wien tonight.
Okay. Yeah, I actually, so I haven't heard this before, I don't think. I think there are a couple. This might be the last one that I haven't heard.
Okay.
But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I mean, the Sick K feature is great. Sick K always kills it. But Wien is so fun to listen to because she has such a floaty voice.
Yeah. I would agree.
Like it sits so like she's a really soft singer for when she wants to be. You know, I know she definitely has like her belting moments and her power vocals and stuff, but for this song especially, it's a lot softer vocally. But the way she sings, she sits so well on top of the beat and on the top of the instrumental and like is able to cut through this kind of like chill ambient house beat.
Oh yeah.
With really, really soft vocals really well. So I thought that was really cool. I think that's a unique talent that she has with her vocals. I think most of the Mamamoo members all are, extraordinarily talented with their 100%. Vocals.
Oh yeah.
But it always came across to me like Wien maybe gets a little overlooked sometimes. I'm not sure if that's correct. People can correct me in the comments if I'm maybe misrepresenting or reaching a little bit, but it always felt like to me that Solar kind of gets acknowledged for her like power belting. Hwasa gets acknowledged for kind of like the attitude, the grit on her vocals, and Moonbyul as a rapper. So I always felt like Wien is always getting snubbed. For how strong of a vocalist she is.
Agreed.
I think this song is a great example of like a controlled use of her vocals. Whereas like if you listen to like their Dingo freestyle thing,
Yeah.
or their Dingo is it called freestyle? I forget, where they did like a bunch of like a medley of a bunch of their songs. That gives you like such a range of what they're all capable of doing as far as like power vocals and falsetto and all kind of different vocal techniques. Um, yeah, I just thought this was really nice showcase for her. I'm excited to see, because I know what the next two songs sound like. I'm excited to see her utilize and like show off how versatile of a vocalist she is, because I think she maybe for me my favorite vocalist in the group.
Wow. Okay. I think
Not to
it's
say that I don't know that I have a bias per se.
sure. Yeah.
I'm not saying she's my bias. I don't really think I have one in Mamamoo, but I
Yeah.
think as far as like vocal prowess, I think she's probably it for me.
I would also probably say, and you maybe, I don't even want to say that I'm reading into it a little bit, but I mean, I feel like that's inherently why maybe groups wind up doing solo material. I think it's like that opportunity for people to kind of like see what different vocal styling it is. It's like same with Solar. Like I know she's a talented vocalist, but like she got to use her voice in a completely different fashion than what I would imagine her to use it in Mamamoo, and very similar to Wee. Like I enjoyed her. I enjoy her in Mamamoo, but I feel like I might even enjoy her more in her solo endeavor, just because I think there's something specific about like her vocal styling, the way that she kind of stylizes her music, and it doesn't seem like, the best way I could probably describe it is just how fluid she is within like the writing style. It just seemed like it. She knows what she wants to do, crushed it, and obviously, I'm curious with the other two songs you have chosen for us tonight, because if it's anything similar to this, I'm probably gonna really enjoy it a ton. So, very very cool. So, all right, I guess I'll get into some comments here. Shoop said plot twist. Yeah, absolutely. That was wild. And then also we are all talking about the looks. I will say the bob cut was on point tonight. So definitely like that. Like the Hwasa cameo, like that. That was very cool. Gondo says Sig K deserves that for not respecting girls. So we love that. Ween's music taste aligns with mine so much. Seeing her solo endeavor makes me choosing her as a bias the greatest decision I've ever made. Wow. Okay, we love to see it. Therese said Brandon is going to get wrecked by Ween tonight. Probably. There's a good chance. And then Rosalie Moreno says honey voice Ween. Definitely, for sure. And then Therese asked what my bias was last time. I'm pretty sure it's Moonbyul, but I also am pretty sure I said OT4 because I really enjoyed all of them. So I don't think I could really pick. But you know me, rappers, right? That's classic trope, Oh, man. Anyway. Rosalie says Ween's latest album is her best. All right, I'm going to have to give it a listen, similar to Solar's. Gondo says also Shoop says killing voice was what you were thinking of, Alex.
Right.
Gondo says Ween has my favorite voice in the group, but yeah, she doesn't get as much spotlight as Solar's power belts and Hwasa's husky voice. And then G says, nah, you're right. It's why she started venturing into solo territory. She started getting into getting a good amount of recognition among the industry and a lot of features after. That's great. Well, we love to see it.
Okay.
We want to see all the girls do well, so definitely stoked. But we're going to move on to the next one here, which we have is going to be watercolor. So did you put some of your favorites on here, Alex, or no?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, when I was trying to pick, I don't have much context to give exactly why I picked the songs I picked. I tried to go with what I thought were like the most iconic, or the ones that I feel should be listened to, or the most relevant or personal favorites. I kind of just did a little bit of tiering in my head and kind of put some stuff together. So
cool. All right. Well, we'll get into Watercolor. So let's rock.
I know that Watercolor would have been a mistake to not cover.
Okay, fair enough. Smart choice. Oh.
I will drown me 새하얀 종이 조각에 빛깔들의 향연 떠올려 What about me 깊은 상상에 빠질 때 비로소 맘에 눈이 떠져 고이 놓여있는 이곳으로 더 올길 먹은 기회에 스며들게 마음이 가는 대로 내가 품은 빛을 그려내 환하게 피워내 곤히 자고 있던 나를 깨워 내 모습을 채워 비에 젖은 듯 흐리게 치네 I'm still a dreamer 내가 제일 키워 더 많은 색을 원해 난 다 잘 어울려 다 잘 어울려 Paint부터 drawing부터 color line 복잡하게 보여도 난 그대로야 마른 뒤에 다시 덧칠해 이 느낌이 한 번 지게 Guess what 아직은 안 보여도 조금 더 기다려줘 그리고 자세히 날 봐 달라질 거야 지금 벌써 새로워 Actually I'm so pretty 날 더 위해 마음이 가는 대로 내가 품은 빛을 그려내 환하게 피워내 곤히 자고 있던 나를 깨워 내 모습을 채워 비에 젖은 듯 흐리게 치네 I'm still a dreamer 내가 제일 키워 더 많은 색을 원해 난 다 잘 어울려 Sometimes I feel like I don't wanna
Okay.
smile 거짓 그리움 버리고 I'm gonna live for me 나를 깨워 내 모습을 채워 비에 젖은 듯 흐리게 치네 I'm still a dreamer 내가 제일 키워 더 많은 색을 원해 난 다 잘 어울려 다 잘 어울려 다 잘 어울려
All right, guys. That was Wien Watercolor. God bless. That was fucking... Man, I just want to say Wien came to wreck my biases tonight. She is bursting down the door, ready to be like, listen, I'm ready to be your bias tonight. And I think I might let her, honestly. So...
Yeah, she's delivering. It's pretty.
She's serving it up tonight for sure. I didn't think I was. I honestly did not think I was gonna. Not that I didn't think I was gonna like this song as much as I did, but God, man, this is a great. This is like funky, poppy. It's like, oh man, it's got all of the great elements that I think you just love. The choreo was like super smooth, clean. I just like, man, I kind of have a little bit of a loss for words. This is a fantastic track. I don't really have much else to say. It was just a really well put together, well arranged, and that vocal note in that fucking like before the last chorus, man, sent me. Love it.
Damn, I was wishing you had more to say because I was basically gonna say the same thing. Like, the song is just like a funk pop jam.
It's a ripper.
Uh,
Yeah.
it's so simple,
Oh yeah, but it's
and
so
but it does like
good.
everything it needs. But it does absolutely everything it needs to do. It's so good. The styling was great. I love that everyone pointed out in the chat the anime titties shirt, the RBW special, where they apparently have a closet full of anime titty shirts. They give everyone.
Just one,
Um,
just one person, just so it's not so like overtly, if you know kind of a thing. I assume.
yeah. No, but the video is great too.
Yeah,
I
agreed.
like that it did a pretty good job of showing off the choreo. People also pointed out in chat the choreo for this is great. Wien is a very strong dancer. Um,
Mm, agreed.
who said it in chat? Gondo said that she doesn't really get the opportunity to show off choreo as much in like the old Mamamoo
That's fair. Yeah,
songs and choreos. So her having like the opportunity to have some interesting choreo here and have it shown off well in the video is great.
I'm not gonna complain. It's a move. I mean, I guess to expound upon my idea, it's like I think that very similarly to my thoughts on Honey, I think this one just has that like earworm quality to it as well. Like there's something specific about it when I'm just like, holy fuck, like I'm just like I'm not even it's almost weird like I know we're streaming this, but it almost feels like everybody just stops. Like everyone's hanging out in chat and I'm just like enjoying it. I don't even realize I'm streaming. It just like it kind of takes me out of that moment of like I'm actually have to be alive and be a part of this chat. But like there's some songs that we've done where it's kind of taken me out of that moment, and I feel like this one is one of those songs where I was like, "Oh shit, we're doing this live." Sorry, I have to like get back into the mode that we're doing this for. So, but yeah, this was I would be hard pressed to say that I couldn't find someone that probably wouldn't like this song unless you were just not like a funk pop lover. That's would
Everybody is.
everyone is, I would be hard pressed to find someone that wouldn't enjoy this very similarly to Honey. But yeah, this was oh so good. And again, not to beat a dead horse or anything, but like I really think that Wien's vocals like go really undervalued in a lot of in some of Mamamoo stuff, which is again, I mean, when you have four great vocalists total, it's so hard to like kind of cut that niche out. But man, I man, it's so hard to. I still think I'm OT for it. Like, I mean, I'm gonna stand Wien tonight, but
Okay.
I think I'm an OT for this. They're all so talented. It's I don't think I could really. If I had a gun to my head, I don't think I could pick. I don't think I could pick one. We haven't got to Moonbeal yet, so maybe I might have a change of heart.
Yeah.
We get to Moonbeal, but oh man, this was great.
Let me I'll catch up on some comments real quick
Perfect.
before we move on. Shoop said they love Easy, but they love Watercolor.
Oh,
Gondo mentioned
bless.
Goodbye is a great ballad, but maybe not the best reaction content. We'll have to check that out
Yeah.
on our own time for sure. Everyone's talking about the anime titty shirt.
I did see that scroll through, and I was like, too into it.
So it's funny because Yuki also had an anime titty shirt. Yuki from Purple Kiss.
Yeah,
and they're from the same company.
Oh
but
my
they were
God.
different shirts. So like that's why I said RBW just has a closet full of anime titty shirts they're waiting to give their idols when they need to spice things
We
up.
love it. Yeah, that would keep it intriguing. For
I
sure.
mentioned what Gondo said about the dancing. Once you wee in, you can't wee out. Hey, there's another Purple Kiss side by side. Once you che in, you can't che out, sort of thing.
That's true.
Both
Both accurate statements.
Yeah, main dancer Wien came through. Therese said, when I saw the music video, I forgot who any of my biases were because Wien is the only bias I need.
That's facts. Facts.
Well
Spin
said.
facts.
Well said. And she said that the dance crew she has do her choreo.
Agreed.
And they're amazing as well.
Shout out.
And having four great vocalists in one group, suffering from success.
It's a good problem to have, I would argue. You know, I mean, I don't think there's anybody who's gonna be hurting from that one. I mean, fans love it, so that's great. But
Yeah.
we're gonna get into the
Hey, we
next
still
one.
got one more. Yeah, we still got one more Wien song to get
We
to.
do. In the Mood, which I mean, I feel like is appropriate because I'm in the mood for some Wien. So I think
Yeah, We in the Mood.
We-
Which
Oh.
is We in the Mood is her Instagram handle, by the way.
Oh, okay, that's
I
even
don't
better.
I don't know if there's other significance, if that's like anything else, but I know that like We in the Mood is like her thing.
So then it's
Somebody
we.
can
It's so
clarify.
it's we in the mood. So we in. There's too many ins. So how many ins are we? Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna jump onto the song. Terrible dad joke.
흘러나온 rhythm 속의 vibe Feeling so good 우리만의 sign 끄덕이며 마주보는 eyes Every time 내 눈빛은 너를 새기나 하루 종일 그 속을 헤엄치나 매 순간이 너로 변해 Baby don't stop 난 숨이 탁 오는 기분에 널 향해 점점 바를 때 All night long 이 기분에 미쳐간 난 in the mood 넌 몰랐던 새로운 you 너에게 비감춰 있던 move it move it 즐겨 이 feeling 빠져들어 in the mood 온갖 continue 그저 이끌림을 따라 groove it 더 깊이 falling Come on baby necessary 너만의 톤 취해가는 breathe 점점 퍼져가는 beat Every time 더 깊어져 나의 모든 게 너와 있는 매 순간에 All night long 그 눈빛에 미쳐간 난 in the mood 넌 몰랐던 새로운 you 너에게 비감춰 있던 move it 즐겨 이 feeling 빠져들어 in the mood 온갖 continue 그저 이끌림을 따라 groove it 더 깊이 falling Cause you're always in the mood Cause you're always in the mood Cause you're always in the 완벽하지 않은 이 순간을 잡아두면 난 생각 따윈 그냥 이렇게 빠져 come in Baby come in yeah, yeah. 너도 느껴봐 know what I feel 아침이 밝아오는 끝이 지금 이대로 이거 vibing 미쳐간 난 in the mood 너 몰랐던 새로운 you 너에게 비감춰 있던 move it hey move it 즐겨 이 feeling 즐겨 이 빠져들어 in the mood 온갖 continue 그저 이끌림을 따라 groove it 더 깊이 falling Cause you're always in the mood 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 Cause you're always in the
You can't be doing this to me, Alex. This is. I'm hurting tonight.
Keep playing, keep playing. Why is there so much time left?
I don't know. It's probably the credits. Oh, this beat, man. That's what I thought it was the credits. Oh man, so good, so good, so good. All
Damn.
right, it was credits.
Well-
we were right. We thought we were getting more weed.
I got to hear that little jam sesh, so I'm happy.
Oof, yeah, there you go. You're welcome,
Um,
Alex.
The song is really smooth, man. I don't know.
Oh.
I can't think of another word to describe it other than just smooth.
Oh,
It has a very it has like the funk vibe that Ween has sort of consistently had, but it also has like a little bit of like an 80s synth wave
Oh
kind of
yeah,
vibe in
oh
it
yeah,
too. Which is really cool to like hear them kind of mesh together well. But obviously like the star of the video, Ween's vocals are so beautiful. Um she's just so fun to listen to. Like all the ad
agreed.
libs, all
Mm,
the backing vocals, the falsetto, everything is just executed so perfectly with her. Um, which all ties back to what I was saying before. Like she is such a like a superstar vocalist that it's just very fun to listen to. So I think she really is like kind of solidifying that top position for as far as like my favorite in terms of vocals for Mamamoo, just because of the versatility and everything she brings to these songs. Because this song, like, if you'd given a song like this to, I don't know, insert random member from random group as a solo song, I don't think it would hit nearly as hard as it does
agreed. Oh,
coming
for sure.
specifically from Wayne.
Yeah,
Um, that's pretty much all I have to say. I mean, the choreo was great. I think it
yeah,
kind of relates back to the last song. Is like obviously she's a very talented dancer, so her getting some cool choreo in there is cool. And the music video was nice and light,
yeah.
fun. Matched the vibe of the song, I think, very well. But yeah, this is great. This is really really good.
I think for me, I again, this is a 3 for 3. I think I've enjoyed all of what Wien has been bringing tonight, and I'm almost positive that I will be going on a Wien binge later. So I'm very stoked. But I think for me, the the surprising factor is like obviously with all 4 of them releasing solo material, and I don't know the time frame, so if you guys can give me a little bit more context on who released when and all that sort of stuff. But it's crazy to me that Solar released her record not too long ago, I'd imagine. From what I can see from chat, Wien's album came out in October of last year. Like, and if I'm seeing the trend correctly, I hope that it's true. I mean, if all 4 of these lovely ladies are releasing some of their best work solo wise, I don't even want to know what the next Mamamoo album is gonna sound like, because I'm sure it's gonna be like fucking crazy, which I'm stoked about. Um, but I think to me, it's like it's crazy that they're that talented in that way, and like I want to give obviously the love for Wien now, because obviously we're talking about her, but I really enjoyed her like process and writing style. I think it obviously very similar to I think it's B Dawn. I'm pretty sure it was comment they made, but just like her vocal styling, like the musicality that she makes is very similar or something that they like, and I can definitely resonate with that, because again, getting into more of that like K-R&B, like 80s pop music, like I listened to the new Dua Lipa track, and I've been on that Dua Lipa kick, and like obviously I know she's not K-pop, but like kind of meshing all of those sorts of like different pop genres that I feel like I didn't give enough love to over like the past couple years, and now really getting into it and understanding that like pop music as a whole isn't just like this like thing you hear on the radio. It can be just so nuanced and have different layers and textures and stuff to it. And I think this is a really great example of like getting some of those 80s pop influence, some of that synth pop influence, like the way that they kind of stylized some of like the synths going on, was like really well done, and again evokes that sort of like even a little like classic, like a little bit of Motown kind of vibes, like especially more on that sort of lane, which I really enjoy as well too. I think to me this one was probably my favorite of the 3. I think it was probably not to say that Watercolor wasn't great too, because I really enjoyed that one a ton, but this just has like, as Alex mentioned, this level of smoothness about it. I like the like synth, like the filtered kind of synth sounds that they used in this song. I think it was really well antiquated. The bass work was really well done, of course. I don't know whoever's doing a lot of the bass shit in K-pop, but whoever is doing a good majority of it needs to get an award because some of this bass work is absolutely crazy. But yeah, I think this one is another album that I'll probably will wind up delving into. If you have a suggestion on what you like from Wheelin's latest release, let me know. I did see someone comment and say that it's a no skip, so I feel like that's a pretty high compliment on the record as a whole. But yeah, I think it just makes me more impressed with the level of talent that you had to have to possess to write this type of music, and how talented Mamamoo is as a whole. I think that just again shows me how fucking sick they are, and so I love that. And so shout outs to Wheelin. You have like really rose the ranks, and obviously you should feel proud of yourself for accomplishing what you've accomplished, certainly, because it's well deserved. So we're gonna stand Wheelin tonight. We love it. But yeah, definitely a great release pattern, and I'm excited to check out her newest release. But getting into some comments here, Therese says, "Jesus Christ, she looks amazing." Would agree. Definitely love that. B Don commented on my joke. It says, "Oh, her latest title track. She has 2 albums, We and In the Mood. They go together." Would make sense. Very cool. It's also her YouTube thing. We in the blank. She adds whatever she's doing in the blank. That's cute. I like that too. G says, I gotta listen to this album again later. It's so good. B Don says this full album is a no skip. So it was B Don. I was correct. Okay, cool. The whole thing. Shoop says these ad libs though. Gondo says, I completely forgot this existed. I only watched it once when it came out. Uni says, We is the name of one of her mini albums, and The Mood is the name of her album. This time it's funny because when the We album came out years ago, we all knew the next name of the album would be because of her username on Instagram. We were waiting for In the Mood for so long, and it's a masterpiece. All the songs on the album are incredible. So, and God says I hate myself. Oh, don't do that. That's not good. Songs with over the top ad libs. G says, and Therese was mad of when this was released. So we should have covered this, but it's all right. We didn't know. So very, very cool. And he says, I don't know. I waited until the last scene with the spoiler for the next album, question mark. The acronym is pretty killer.
Keep playing the video. We missed something, apparently.
Okay. Sorry. Did we miss something? We missed a gunshot.
Okay, we have no idea what it is.
All right.
We missed whatever that was.
I'll go to the screen. I think it looks like an acronym for some type of album, I would imagine, or release. Can't really make it out. It seems like a very long title. Rosalie says the full album is so good. He says she was the first to move to another label, RBW, to Live. And B Don says if you like this vibe, R&B, non-typical pop, then you'll love the different styles of the full In the Mood album. Okay. And Shoop says, big miss, how could you? We're so sorry. We have a track record of not finishing the videos for whatever reason, so that's on me. I'm the one controlling this shit, so I'll take the L tonight. But anyway, we're going to move on to the next one, which we have in the lineup, Hwasa.
It is Hwasa time.
It's Hwasa time. All right.
Can't cover Hwasa without including Twit.
Okay. Well, guys, we're gonna get into Hwasa's Twit right now. So if you hear a cat, my cat is meowing at me. What a maniac.
멍청해 Tight, 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 tight. I don't like it, nobody like it. 깔려니 심청해 Tight, 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 tight. I don't like it, nobody like it. 나도 멍청해 나밖에 모르는 사나이 간연히 심청해 한 번씩 주위를 둘러봐 나는 아파도 모르고 있잖아 You make me loyal, you make me hero, you make me genius 주는 게 많아 근데 왜 너만 불행해질까 나를 위해서만 숨을 쉬니까 너무 외로워 보여 나는 멍청해 Tight, 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 tight. I don't like it, nobody like it. 깔려니 심청해 Tight, 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 tight. I don't like it, nobody like it. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Ay, 우린 길을 잃었어. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Ay, 나밖에 모르는 나는 멍청해. 내가 멍청해. 너를 맴돌게 싸가지 악마의 속삭임 욕심이 널 밀어내니까 내가 늦더라도 기다리지 마 I make you patient, I make you puppy, I make you hungry 주는 게 없지 근데 왜 나도 불행해질까 나를 위해서만 숨을 쉬지 마 너무 외로워 보여 나는 멍청해 Tight, 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 tight. I don't like it, nobody like it. 깔려니 심청해 Tight, 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 tight. I don't like it, nobody like it. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Ay, 우린 길을 잃었어. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Ay, 나밖에 모르는 Baby, stay. 나는 멍청해 Tight, 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 tight. I don't like it, nobody like it. 깔려니 심청해 Tight, 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 tight. I don't like it, nobody like it. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Yeah, yeah. 우린 길을 잃었어. Wanna be your side. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Ay, 나밖에 모르는 나는 멍청해.
Oh. I'm not gonna close it out, guys. There's still more video. Don't worry. All right, now I think I'm good. All right. That was Twit by Hwasa. Love it. Alex, you want to shoot first?
Sure. Yeah, this is an iconic Kwasa song. This is I don't know. How old is this song? It's several years old at this point.
This is
It's been out for
5 years old. It
5
came
years
out
ago,
on
okay.
February 13th of 2019.
wow. Happy anniversary to that song.
Yeah, happy anniversary.
Yeah, this is just an iconic song.
Okay.
I think this does such a good job of representing Hwasa. It does it. It's so like playful and has like so much attitude to what it's kind of like. The beat is pretty light, I would say, for the most part.
Agreed. Especially
Especially with that like flute, or I'm assuming it's like a flute sample they're using.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Yeah.
It's pretty light until the end, where I guess they have like it comes in a little harder at the end, where the beat kind of hits a little more. But I think she spices it up with how she is as a vocalist, with like a lot of grit and a lot of I don't know what's the word, like sauce. She's got a lot of stank on her voice.
She's got a little attitude, you know.
She just has like the way that her inflections are very interesting. She has a lot of grit and a lot of like attitude. just in her voice alone. It doesn't even come down to like ad libs, or it doesn't come down to the lyrics really, although the lyrics are another thing to talk about.
Sure.
But it's her vocals alone that just have so much. I don't know.
You feel bad. Like, I feel like you inherently feel bad. Like,
You
I
feel
don't
like you
know.
did something wrong.
You're guilty. Yeah, you're guilty. Not of what guilty, but you are guilty.
Yeah. Like I feel like I feel like Wien is singing at me, or Wien is singing to
Singing to
me.
you, yeah.
Hwasa is
They're
singing at me.
you. Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But yeah, this song I think is like you can't not like it. I think most people that are familiar with Mamamoo or K-pop in general probably know this song. It's pretty iconic.
Maybe we'll hear it next Friday. I don't know. We'll find out. You should
maybe.
recommend it. That'd be sick. I guess if you're done, Alex, I'll go.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I enjoyed this one. I've kind of appreciated that all of them have like specific characteristics to the way that they write, and they fully like delve into that side of their musicality. And I feel like with Hwasa, she's like very like fiery, and to me, like, I think this song has that sort of like fiery undertone that I would expect from a Hwasa solo song. So inherently I like that. But I also feel like, to me, like, you get to hear a lot of her like vocal power, especially like in like that last chorus where you can really hear her like vocally belt, and you're just like, it just hits a part of your chest that, like, like you could hear like a soft tender moment from like, Solar or Wien, and you're like, oh man, that hits. But like, I feel like with Hwasa, it's like you hear her just belt, and it's like a ton of bricks. You're like, oh, holy shit! Like, she really has such like a strong tonality to her voice, and obviously that is something that sets her apart within Mamamoo, certainly, and I'd imagine amongst other groups as well too. But yeah, I think that was like a defining characteristic of her vocal style, and I think she was able to utilize it very well within this song specifically. As well as that, like, I think the beat was great too. I think it really works well with her styling, and what I would expect from Hwasa, certainly. I think, to me, what really stuck out was like the way that she sings vocally, but also the way that she kind of delivers like that same sort of emotion in like her performance, like in the music video. Like, there's something about it that just is like, the song hits, but just seeing like maybe like the way that she like, the way that like her face, like the way that you look at her face and the way that she kind of puts out some of these lyrics, it's just like, man, it kind of hits a little different when you see like something so direct or something like so personal that you're like, damn, what did I do? What did I do, Hwasa, to make her like be like this aggravated in a music video, or like something like that? To me, that's kind of how I read it, and she seems to me to be like a very like emotive, like very like strong vocal vocal presence, not even like in terms of her voice, but like how she looks and how she performs. It's like she's very, very theatrical in that way, and I mean that in a very loving and nice way. I think she delivers in that sort of fashion. So I love that. I think that's, to me, what not only her vocal stuck out, but I think her performance was like, she was delivering. So I love that. So this was a really great track. I'm excited to see her progression amongst the 3 songs we're going to be listening to. 2 more from Hwasa. So very cool. This is great. I guess I'll read some comments here. We got quite a bit here. Everybody was saying how iconic Twit is, so I'm glad we were able to touch on it. Shoop gave us a little bit more context here for some Korean nuance, and then wrote out the Hangul, I believe, in the chat here. Hits way harder than Twit, more like you actual dumbass. That, I feel like that was the delivery I was expecting, so I like that. Gondor says, I recognize that chin, so I don't know what that's in reference to. I'm sure there's some sort of hidden meaning behind it.
JYP himself.
Oh, okay. Oh man, I miss JYP. So, um, Shoop also says, love how she managed to get some real belting in such a dance. I would agree. Definitely. I completely missed that comment, so I'm glad I was able to touch on that. Gondo says, Huasa's plastic outfit resembles something JYP wore in the past for Mama that year, so they did a collab stage with him. The iconic Jackson meme was born. Huasa won a music show for Twit while Mamamoo was promoting another song. They celebrated on stage and did an encore together. It was so heartwarming. Oh, that's awesome. We love to see it. Yenny says she wrote Twit of a personal experience with a relationship that she had in her early 20s. Apparently, she regretted the decisions that she thought she had and called herself a fool to call her ex a fool or an idiot when she's actually the fool in the story. I'm trying to preface that, or I don't know what I'm saying. Huasa says has so many iconic performances for Twit. For a solo debut, Twit is so strong. This song never gets old. And gotta up your Hangul game. I'll have to. I'm gonna have to learn Korean. That's what I realized doing these. And then Gondo says we in cameo started with just a shot of her chin. And then Yoni says, I love the fact that Twits is the official. Oh my god, that's great. That's awesome. That sounds on brand, honestly. So, Shoop, you're gonna have to teach me some Korean.
Fitting.
You gotta give me some Korean. I know a little bit, but not a lot. So, well, you have to teach the students here. Korean is actually crazy hard, but learning Hangul is actually really easy. All right. Well, I can't wait to climb that mountain. I'm excited. Anyway, this next one we have is another Huasa song, and this one is Maria. Is this another iconic Huasa song?
I think so.
Okay. Cool. All right. We're going to get into Maria. Oh, Gondo says Hangul is actually pretty easy. Can confirm. Okay, cool. All right. Let's go. We got to do it. Maria. I know it's a dumb question, Gondo, okay? I'm dumb. Okay.
괴롭히지만 Maria 널 위한 Maria 뭐하러 아둥바둥 돼 이미 아름다운데 널 위한 Maria Maria
Oh, we got a little more. Trigger hands. Sorry. Aww.
Hey, look what it is.
Little Mamamoo cameo. We love to see it. Anyway, that was Maria by Hwasa.
Iconic.
That is an iconic song. Yeah, agreed.
Would
Alex?
you like to go first?
Yeah, why not? I'll shoot. This was great. I think this was the next optimal step, I would argue, in terms of what I would imagine Hwasa to do. So I think this is my favorite thus far. I'm excited to get into I Love My Body next. So I don't wanna hold judgment on that, but I think this song was like had the attitude, had the grit. The choreo is awesome. I think that little like flamenco, like Spanish, like Latin type beat in that break, and she got a little bit of a dance break. That was really, really sick. I love that. But I think this one really showed off more of like her vocal skills, where I felt like maybe the first one was like good song. I still really enjoyed it, but I think this one was like she was just like, how can I elevate it that much more? And this one feels like the next iteration. It pushes her vocals a little bit more. And I think this is a great like 50-50 split of great vocals and also great choreo, because I would imagine she's also a really fantastic dancer, which obviously was proven in this music video. So I think the combination of both her vocal skills and also the choreo just seem really great. I'm curious if she does wind up playing this live, because I feel like a live stage of this would be insane. So I don't know if you know, let me know in the comments or in the chat. But I feel like that would pop. This would be a song that would pop off live, I feel, if she did it. But yeah, great song.
I agree. I haven't seen them live, so I can't confirm, but I'm sure it's in the repertoire. I know she's done some solo performances, so I'm sure it's been performed.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I like this song. I don't remember when the last time I watched the video. I think it was probably when it came out.
Wow. Okay.
It's a really interesting video.
Yeah.
I think the song, like, I was trying to pick up on some of the lyrics as much as I could while also like listening and watching everything going on. So don't mind me if it's a little jumbled, but it seems like an inner conflict kind of lyrical.
That's what it seems like.
theme.
Yeah.
Especially with like the song being called Maria, which I think is her. Someone pointed out in the chat is her Catholic name or her English name. So it seems like it's a self-conflict or like self-reflection type of song, which I thought the lyrics were really nice in that term. The song was very fun. It has like a lot of elements of like trap, and it has like that Latin flair in the middle, which I totally forgot that part was even in the song, which was a nice surprise hearing that again. But yeah, I don't really have too much else to add after everything that you said. I just same thing as we mentioned in the last song from her is that just she manages to have this like very unique, charismatic way of singing, seemingly no matter what kind of song she's in, where she kind of just puts a lot of attitude and a lot of sass. Where I think a lot of other vocalists would struggle to do so. So it's just always fun listening to her.
Yeah, I think she's I would argue again. I have not seen Mamamoo, but I would love to see them. So I'm sure we will at some point. Hopefully, in the distant future, we'll be able to see them. But I think for me, like, there's so many of Mamamoo's tracks that I'm just like, man, this one's got to pop live. And like, I feel like my list grows ever longer the more the more videos we do with Mamamoo, just because I'm like, man, it would be so cool to hear this one live, or like it'd be so cool to hear hear Hwasa do this Maria live, like. I think it just shows off their like high level of skill that they have, and obviously just doing it for as long as they've been doing it for, they deserve all the kudos because they've really been pushing their vocal boundaries, and you love to see it. So big ups to Mamamoo. Please come play the United States. That would be really sick. So some comments here. There's a lot of comments on references in the music video, so that was really cool. Gondo says the reference from the movie Malena, I think it's Italian. Same reference used in QP's Bad Blood performance with the lighter. Also, the RBW reuses the crown in PK's We Can Talk Again. And then Shoop says, oh, shit, never made that connection. And then Gondo says, DC's Sua Hellboy cover of this song is incredible. I believe Hwasa hurt her back doing the choreo for Maria. I can totally see that because she was really popping off. Yanni says Maria Air was so hard to keep up. She was struggling mentally and physically, was in the middle of the pandemic, and she received so much hate. Oh, well, you don't like to see that. That's no good. I'm glad. Hopefully, I would imagine she's doing a lot better now. B-Don says so many live stages of this, and yes, every single one is epic. Gonna have to check that out. Yanni also says Maria as an album is a masterpiece, is so good, and the lyrical and vocals on the song is just on point. Would agree so far, even though I've only gotten into Maria. Shoop says, oh, definitely she's done it live. Maria is a huge song in Korea. Yanni also says it's so sad that the first performance with live audience was in 2020 on Waterbomb Festival, the festival in Paris, because it was in the middle of the pandemic. And then B-Dong says, having seen Mamamoo last May is as iconic as you think. And then Yanni asked if we were going to react to LMM. So I don't know what that's in reference to. If you want
to clarify what LMM is, please.
Yes, please. And B-Don says you missed him. This was
to be fair, he didn't know who they were.
Yeah, I didn't know who they were. I didn't even know
K-pop.
K-pop.
He had never heard of Mamamoo, to be fair.
Yeah. Don't worry, next time, B-Don, I will be there though. For sure.
Oh, it's a B-side, it's another solo song video.
Okay.
Not in this video, but maybe at some point.
Throw it on the wheel.
Video for it. Yeah. If there's a video for it, maybe at some point.
I will get them next time, B-Don, for sure. And then Rosalie says losing my mind. Okay, cool. We'll have to check out the Maria album as well, so definitely pumped. And IMPD says it's a great one with MV. All right, cool. We'll have to figure out what we're gonna do next, but yeah. All right, the next one we have on our list here is another Hwasa song, the last of the three, and this one is I Love My Body. So feel like we should get into it. This is obviously the most current one, so
here we go.
Let's go.
I love my body, that's my body, I love my body. 아침에 일어나 세수하고 거울을 봐. Yeah. 눈 한번 비비고 자세히 좀 바라봐. Yeah. 생김새 하나하나 난 꽤나 괜찮아. It's okay to be okay. 자유로운 척내 있어. 기준만 수백만 가지. 뭐가 맞는 거지. 정답은 딱 한 가지. I love my body. 용기 나는 내 말이.
Oh.
반가웠던 사라지게 쓸데없는 인사치레 cosmopolitan 모든데 질겅질겅 너의 그 위에 오르락내리락 막다를 존재는 Boy I think you're not okay 날 사랑하든 안 하든 진짜 관심도 없거든 네가 원하거든 알아야 할 한 가지 I love my body 용기 나는 내 말이 발끝까지 my body Yeah that's my body 사랑스러운 내 tummy 유니크한 팔과 다리 Love my body yeah I do love me 끝내주는 내 미소까지 Love my body nothing can change me 사랑할래 지고 끝까지 I love my body 용기 나는 내 말이 발끝까지 my body Yeah that's my body 사랑스러운 내 tummy 유니크한 팔과 다리 1, 2, 3, 4 Yeah that's my body Yeah that's my body
Oh, I had to. Okay, never mind. I thought there was more. All right, that was
All
"I Love
right.
My Body" by Huasa.
All right, I gotta go first.
All right, shoot.
Man, love the confidence.
Amen.
Love Hwasa.
Amen.
God, I don't like this song.
Oh.
Oh man, this song is rough, and this is no shade to Hwasa. I mean, she did
Sure.
everything she could for this song. I think her vocals are great. I think her little like rap thing she had going on is great. I think the vocals are immaculate. But man, this kind of boils down to I have a problem with Psy, right?
Yeah, I'll.
So
I.
so she
I'll say
signed
it,
to
like-
Psy's label.
Okay.
This is her release under Psy's label.
I
In
do.
my
P
opinion,
Nation, yeah.
and this is purely my opinion. So anyone in the chat or comments, whatever, you can feel free to disagree. I
Sure.
think that there have been pretty much zero good releases from Psy's label. I don't know what's happening in the studio. I think he is just releasing dated, weird garbage.
Fair.
And to me, this song sounds like a song that was supposed to be like a Hyuna song that just got redistributed or like reworked into a Hwasa song because Hyuna was under Psy's label until she left. And this to me sounds like an old Hyuna song. Which I mean, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work in Hwasa's catalog. It doesn't work in like Mamamoo's catalog, I think. And it's a shame because the message is great. The
agree.
choreo is good.
Yep.
The verses are good. The vocals are great. It's just like a bad song. And I'm more doing a dig at P Nation and Psy and his team and their creative team than I am at Hwasa.
Sure. Yeah.
But man, it's so disappointing to like see her take this venture to a new company and for them to give her this. And it's not just her. I think that like Jessie, who's like another K-pop, K-hip hop artist, had issues with P Nation. Hyuna had issues with P Nation. It seems to be like an overarching problem. So, I don't want to like dwell on the song too much. I think there are people that do like it. I don't think it's like the worst song in the world. I just think it doesn't really stand in comparison to her other releases.
Yeah. Well, don't worry, guys. I'm not gonna have anything else positive to say about this too. So I might also dunk on this, so take my comments even more with less of a grain of salt, because obviously I haven't been in K-pop for a lot longer. But I think for me, this song, like, it just feels unnatural. That was like the only thing that like I was thinking the entire time, was like, I think Kwasa is such a talented vocalist, and I think it just does a massive disservice to her as a vocalist. I think all the things, all the qualities that I liked about Maria, how it was a little dark, how it was a little, like, in terms of the lyricism, but like how she kind of delivers that sort of like fiery sort of energy. I feel like this song does deliver on that sort of fiery energy, but like the song doesn't really convey that sort of energy that I feel like this song should have. Like, I feel like if this is such a like body positivity kind of song, like, this is the type of song that I feel like I would associate this with. This is like, I could list off like 3 names. It feels like a Megan Trainor, a Jessie J, a like even like a like low key version of like "Fuck You" by CeeLo Green kind of vibe, And it's just not like, it doesn't feel like it was, because this was released how long ago? This was released 5 months ago. This sounds like a song that
Yeah,
was
not that
released.
long ago.
It sounds like a song that was released like when I was like arguably much younger, and like like 10, probably like 10 years ago at the very minimum, like it feels like a song that I've already heard already, and that I feel like hurts. I feel like it hurts the song more than I feel like it hurts Hwasa, because I feel like if you're a Hwasa fan and you're a fan of Mamamoo, like, she's a talented vocalist. Like, she is clearly delivered year over year over year, and I think this just is, again, just a massive disservice to her talent as a vocalist.
Yeah.
And not
But
maybe necessarily like the songwriting. Like, the songwriting is dog shit, if I can be as blunt as possible.
let me say, people have been trying to tarnish Hwasa's reputation for years.
Mm-hmm.
There's been outfit scandals, like airport outfit scandals. There was the whole college performance thing that happened somewhat recently, where like a parent teacher association was trying to get her in trouble. People have been coming after Hwasa for years
Mm-hmm.
for the dumbest shit. It's just people being super conservative, people being too involved in other people's business, and
Sure.
not knowing
Yeah.
how to let people be
Be
themselves.
themselves. Yeah.
It's such a fucking weird hyper focus that it seems like a lot of people in Korea have had on Hwasa. It's so odd to me. P Nation and Psy are not gonna do anything to tarnish her reputation. You know what I mean? Like, she's shaken all that shit off before.
Sure. Yeah.
She's a veteran in the game. She's has plenty of her own good music.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything that she can release under P Nation or any company she goes to that is going to sour her reputation or
Agreed.
her image in the idol scene.
Well, I think,
That
yeah.
being said,
Oh, sorry.
it that being said, it's just a shame to see like for me, I think it's a shame to see a song like this added to such a flawless catalog.
Agreed. Oh, yeah, for sure. I wouldn't disagree with that.
And that's pretty much where I'll leave that.
No, I think it's, obviously we both are in agreement that it just, the song isn't serving the artist, where it should be, because we all know the talent that Hwasa possesses. Obviously, we listened to two songs that she did that are fucking phenomenal. So, I feel like if I was a Hwasa fan, I feel like if this was my first song that I listened to of her, I would just be like, wow, she's a fantastic vocalist. But like, I don't know if I would delve deeper into it, and that, I feel like that maybe might be a turnoff to some people that don't know anything about Mamamoo or don't know anything about her solo material, and that to me hurts me, because like I said, she's a fantastic vocalist. I think she deserves to have that sort of level of notoriety, and I mean, certainly she's gotten the accolades to prove it. So, yeah, I think this is a rough song, but I don't think it has anything to do with Hwasa by any stretch. So, um,
I'll kind of skip over. I'm gonna skip around some comments here. It's kind of
sure.
really just for the most part, kind of reiterating
What we said.
everything we've talked about. I don't want to beat a dead horse. Basically, everyone sort of agrees. She's such a good vocalist. She's a great singer. It's a shame the song, the song ended up on her plate. This is the first song she didn't participate in the composition and lyrics.
That would make sense.
Interesting. I do have the feeling, I don't know the inside baseball at P Nation, but I do get the feeling that the artists do not have as much control as they think they would going in, because I know that was an issue for a biggest issue for Jessie, and I think that was an issue for Hyuna as well, who have both now left the company. Let's see. They mentioned Hayes is still under P Nation, who is releasing good music. Yeah, I agree. Hayes is still releasing good music, which also really not K-pop though. I don't know if that has any difference in like what her like contract was, or like her negotiating power or anything, but my issue is it seems like, man, all the K-pop artists that Psy has gotten under his label, he is not treated well. Kondo said, if this was the first song of hers you'd heard, would you even be able to notice that she's a fantastic vocalist? No, probably not, right?
No, yeah, I wouldn't say that. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Like, I think obviously because I know what she's capable of, so I think it would be, obviously my answer is a little bit more nuanced than that, but I think it would be difficult. I think people would think that she's a talented vocalist. I don't think that that's what's in question. I think it would be more or less looking at it from the perspective of like, is this what she writes? Like, is this the type of solo material I'm going to expect from Hwasa going, like, looking back, right? That's kind of where I would view it as. So I think for me, it would be like, would I even want to go back if this is like the type of music that she writes, right? That would be my understanding of it. I don't know if that gave you any more clarification on that, Gondo, but I feel like if I was to listen to this song and this was the only Hwasa song I listened to, I'd be like, she's a great vocalist. I just don't know if this is the type of music that I would want to listen to because of that. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't the type of music I would want to listen to. But, like, if I went back and listened to Maria, I'd be like, oh, shit, this is awesome. Like, I'm going to go and listen to more Hwasa because, like, if this is the type of shit that she puts out, then, like, I'm going to enjoy it more, I don't know if that, again, answers your question, Gondo. Let me know if that brings up any clarification. But I think I would guess Alex and I are on the same page on that. I don't know if that's correct.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Let's move on.
I think we should. Yeah. The negativity is super strong, but we got to move on to the positives.
Bring my vibes up.
We got to bring the vibes up, which we have Moonbyul.
This is gonna bring the vibes up.
Okay. We need it. We need it right now. So, all right. If anybody wants to give me a little bit more background context, Moonbyul for all of the solo stuff, let me know. But this is Eclipse, so let's get into it.
Man, I love this song.
어둠의 위선자 표정을 드러내 붉게 물든 두 눈을 가려 등 뒤로 느껴지는 팬텀 악몽처럼 또 반복되는 패턴 넌 내게서 멀어지지 마 끔찍한 고통을 끊어낼 텐데 누구도 닿지 못할 단사 어떤 무냐 마주하게 될 테니 굳게 닫지 무냐 Ready set go 나를 따라 follow 브라따따따따따따 달 무슨 달 너를 지킬 몬스터 달 저편에 숨어 빛을 삼킬 몬스터 몬스터 달달 무슨 달 너를 지킬 몬스터 저도 세상을 집어삼켜 what 달이 태양을 가릴 때 그 빛을 잃어 어둠이 내릴 때 별이 되어 널 비출게 어둠을 딛고 light up light up light up 널 구원해줄게 with my light 달이 태양을 가릴 때 환한 빛으로 널 가득 채워줄 별이 되어 널 비출게
Ooh, okay.
별이 되어 널 비출게 누구도 닿지 못한 dak사 어떤 문야 마주하게 될 테니 굳게 닫힌 문야 Red this echo 나를 따라 follow 브라따따따따따따 Eclipse 달 무슨 달 너를 지킬 몬스터 달 저편에 숨어 빛을 삼킬 몬스터 달 무슨 달 너를 지킬 몬스터 감춰진 본능을 깨워줄게 what 달이 태양을 가릴 때 그 빛을 잃어 어둠이 내릴 때 별이 되어 널 비출게 어둠을 딛고 light up light up light up 널 구원해줄게 with my light 달이 태양을 가릴 때 환한 빛으로 널 가득 채워줄 별이 되어 널 비출게
All right.
달이 태양을 가릴 때 그 빛을 잃어 어둠이 내릴 때 별이 되어 널 비출게 어둠을 딛고 light up light up light up 널 구원해줄게 with my light 달이 태양을 가릴 때 환한 빛으로 널 가득 채워줄 별이 되어 널 비출게 별이 되어 널 비출게
All right. That was Moonbyul's Eclipse. Let's go.
And fun song.
Moods up.
I guess I'll start.
Shoot.
This is a fun one. This is basically just like I don't know, a trap song, right?
Pretty much. Yeah.
I'm a little conflicted. Part of me, I really like this song. It was like probably one of the pretty early Mamamoo songs that I really like went to, or Mamamoo adjacent songs that I really went back to a lot.
Okay.
And
Fair
jammed because I was, I really liked this like kind of aggressive, hard sound like I would associate with, I don't know, an 80s maybe.
Yeah. That's fair. Yeah.
So, and I think Moonbyul excels in that kind of sound. I think she excels in a lot of different varieties of like rap and the kind of stuff she typically does. But this song always worked really well for me. I have very fond memories of this one. And something that I don't like about the song that I'll get out of the way quick is that I think that the parts of the song are very repetitive. There's really not a whole lot of content outside of like the kind of same repetitive parts. Like she has that intro verse, the build up and the drop, and it sort of just repeats. And then it has like a little bit of a different like bridge, but there's not really any like much going on with vocals there. And then it sort of just repeats the chorus again. And that's fine. I think it does what it needs to do. I think it's pretty cut and dry as far as like song structure. There's not too much going on. I think it's the only thing that's missing for me personally is like I really would have liked maybe verse 2. There's just a really good flow switch from Moonbyul where she switches things up, or maybe the bridge we get a little more of like her vocals or something. That is my only criticism of the song. Other than that, I think it's sort of just a I don't dark trap, have fun, kind of turn your brain off banger. Um, yeah,
That's
I
fair.
think that's pretty much all I got. I do want to say that there it is obviously like mostly supposed to be like an aggressive trap kind of hip hop song.
Hmm.
There are some really nice vocals, uh, kind of hidden in there that I'm curious if anyone knows in chat. Did she do all of the? I know there's like some male vocals in there, obviously not her, but there are some like belty and falsetto like vocal layers that kind of sit in the back of that. Does anyone know in chat if they are from her or if they're from another member or like just a studio vocalist? I'm just curious. Um, what about you? What do you think?
I think it's. I was gonna say I think it's her singing. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. Um, I
I'm not
mean,
surprised either. I wouldn't be surprised either, but I
yeah.
yeah, definitely always worth checking.
No, no, sure. I agree. I really enjoyed this song a lot. I like kind of the more like there's definitely a little bit of like rock elements in there. I think there's some really cool like electric guitar layered throughout the track that I enjoyed, and I think it adds to that. Again, I'll piggyback on what you said, Alex, about like the more like 80s like rock, like trap adjacent type tracks. I think it definitely pulls from that. Um, so I love that element of it. I also think again, I think it utilizes Moonbyul pretty well. I think vocally, obviously that isn't what we would typically expect from Moonbyul, but I think because we have listened to some of her songs where, especially she's doing singing, I know she has the vocal capabilities to like crush a song. So I love that in the solo material, obviously that she's gonna get to highlight that more, and I'm curious to hear how much of a diverse range she has, because I think that it's kind of untapped potential, at least in my mind, because I'm not familiar with her solo material. So I'm curious to see where that goes. But yeah, I think overall, like, I don't really have anything bad to say about it. I think it is something that I kind of imagined her to do in terms of like her styling and the types of music that she creates. I'd imagine that like, her vocals would fit really well. And I'm curious maybe what the rest of this album specifically sounds like, if it is a little bit more on that sort of like rock trap adjacent stuff, or if it just winds up being the title track and like the rest of the material on this release are different, because I always expect the unexpected now in K-pop releases now at this point, but yeah, I would be curious to see, and obviously I'll be checking out some of the newer stuff and the newest track that she just released recently. But no, not to spoil anything, but yeah, I think this one was definitely a solid one. But I'm curious to see where she kind of builds off of, and yeah, so I think this was a really well put together song. I'm more excited to see the newer stuff and how much she grows and expands, because like in one of the comments uh to just reiterate Yanni's comment, it's so cool to see the evolution of musicality for Moonbyul, the concepts, lyrics, vocals, genres. She is a genius for real. I think that's kind of what I'm more stoked on to see from her, just because I think she's so talented. So yeah, I think this was a solid song. Good basis. So curious what's next in the Moonbeal tank. But
Yeah, let me catch up a little bit on some comments here.
perfect.
Um, Shoop said, "Did Selfish not make the cut?" It did not. I'm sorry.
Oh,
It
but
was
you put it
hard
on
to
the
pick.
wheel
It was
though.
so hard to pick.
It's on the wheel now though.
Yes, Gondo did redeem his channel points or
Woo!
channel points, and it is on the wheel now. Which, if you don't know, anybody watching, um, use your channel points. Look at your channel points rewards. You can spend 1,000 of them to add a song to the variety wheel. So we will cover songs that you think we wrongfully skipped. So Selfish will be covered at some point on a variety stream coming up.
So look out.
Um, she said this album had uh slappers on it. Uh, Okay, Uni said it's cool to see the evolution of musicality from Yumbyul with concepts, lyrics, vocals, genres. She's a genius for real. Good example of playing into a member's strengths for a solo. Yeah, I definitely agree.
Yeah.
With the first mini album, she was not confident to sing freely yet. With every album, she was more and more confident to sing and explore new things. It's good. Love to see that.
Love to see it. Yeah.
Uni confirmed those vocals are from One Wee's vocalist Younghoon.
Ah, cool. Okay.
Which is awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's why we asked, right?
Hey, yeah.
P. Dawn said that her new album dropped. 20th is a great example of her expanding her ability and doing different genres. Okay, excited to hear that. I haven't heard anything from the new album yet.
Same. Yep.
And her full album is immaculate. Starlit of Muse is incredible for real. It's so diverse.
Have to check it out.
Okay, everyone seems to agree.
Very cool. All right.
All right, for this next one, I chose. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm gonna aggravate a lot of people on the Moonbyul thing because the Moonbyul picks for me were just like personal favorites because she had a handful of songs and I didn't really know which ones to pick and I didn't remember necessarily all of them and I didn't want to like spoil songs for myself, so I just picked the ones that I was most familiar with and had personal attachment to, as well as the song that just came out like a day ago or whatever. That's going to be our third song for
Closer.
her.
Yeah.
But our next song for her is going to be one that I really enjoyed called Cheese in the Trap.
What? Did you say cheese in the trap?
Yeah, Cheese in the Trap.
All right. Well, I guess we're going to have to do it. All right. Cheese in the trap. Let's go. Okay. That was cool. What?
사방이 막힌 벽이야 물음표 한가득 차려줄게 넌 그냥 맛있게 먹으면 돼 원래 달콤한 건 유해해 뿌리치기 힘든 유혹해 남의 떡이 그게 보이네 어떡해 꽤 모르게 슬금슬금 갉아먹을 거야 이젠 네 자리는 없어 언제로선 Cheese in the trap 너의 심장을 탐탐탐 이런 trap 사랑에 빠질 때 우연인 척 연기할래 네 취향을 저격 I'm gonna make you mine 넌 더 잘 걸렸어 넌 내게 빠졌어 넌 더 잘 걸렸어 넌 더 잘 걸렸어 넌 내게 빠졌어 취향을 저격 매력에 빠진 걸 뺏고 싶은 건 처음이야 난 너만 생각하는 너야 착한 척
Sick AC/DC shirt.
Hell yeah.
곧장 내게로 가 말을 꺼낼래 이런저런 고민하지 마 몸에 좋은 건 원래 더 쓰니까 이성보다 충동적이어야 해 따갑고 넘어가줘 She's in the trap 너의 심장을 탐탐탐 이런 trap 사랑에 빠질 때 우연인 척 연기할래 네 취향을 저격 I'm gonna
Well, that was so cute. All right, Cheese in the Trap by Moonbyul. Let's go.
Yeah, you go first. What are your thoughts?
This is great. This is a 10 out of 10 right here, you know.
Are you expecting something like this from
I
Moonbyul?
I was not expecting something this from Moonbyul, to be honest, but I'm so here for it, you know. I'm here for the pop rock, like pop punk like era of Moonbyul, you know. I'm about it. It was like similarly to like I enjoyed that Woods song that we listened to in that
Oh
variety
yeah.
spin. You know what I mean? Like, or not variety. Well, yeah, it was variety, but um, yeah, I love how like fun, vibrant the song is. Like it it had all of the typical, like, no pun intended, it had all the typical like K-pop cheese that I kind of expect a little bit to some degree, like the sparkly sounds, like a lot of the like ear candy that goes on, like that you would expect from
Yeah.
like a really like bubbly, like bubblegum poppy kind of like K-pop song.
All
But
those
like
8-bit sounds it
that,
had
all the
in
8-bit
the chorus.
sounds, like the popping noises, like all of that kind of worked out really well, and I think it adds that level of like the musicality, the music video, everything about it just kind of like worked in tandem together. I will want to give a shout outs to her rap verse. I really enjoyed her rap verse, and I think it flowed so well in the song that I didn't even like really intentionally think about it as like a rap part. It just kind of fit so well in the song and just was like a little bit of like an assassin. It just kind of worked super super well within the track, and really enjoyed that. But yeah, this is a vibe. I'm curious what the rest of this release sounds like. Very similarly to like a lot of other releases that I enjoyed tonight. And one last comment, I also really enjoyed the like way that she cadenced out like the cheese and the trap and how like the song kind of shifted. It was just like that
Yeah.
little bit of nuance that worked super well in that song that just kind of was like it slowed down for a bit and then like picks up. Just really really intentional writing, and I enjoyed that. I also thought she said she's in the trap and not cheese in the trap.
Oh, it's cheese, baby.
I know,
Cheese in the trap.
well, I know it's cheese in the trap now, but I mean it sounds like she's in the trap, which could also be true, who knows.
Yeah, I thought this song was super fun. I included it basically because of how different it is,
Oh
and
yeah.
it's definitely like a unique thing for her. And I thought that you would like this sort of genre. I know you like when there's more of like a rock or a pop punk kind of thing going on,
Yeah, yeah.
as do I. When it mingles with K-pop. Um, yeah, I'm a big fan of like this whole um like Woods did it, Yenna,
Yeah, and
this
yeah.
song, like
Yeah.
this whole pop rock, almost like hyper pop rock sensation. That I think it should be a permanent thing, and for some it is. Like Yenna's still doing it. I'm very happy about that.
Mhm.
I think Moonbyul does such a good job with this. I think that she was able to showcase a different side of herself, like aesthetically, um, and like having like that kind of school, I don't know, like school kind of vibe
School
going on,
girl vibe,
but
yeah.
also like having like the vibe that you would associate with her at the end, where she's in that like prom type scene, where she's got
Yeah.
that cool like black jacket and the
The ACD
guitar
shoot,
or
yeah.
the microphone stand,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
where it's like the styling is very cool in this. It's very fun. But really, I think like the focus for the song for me is her vocals are great.
Oh,
Like
they're fantastic.
it's
Yeah.
for a majority of the song, it's like singing focused. She had some really nice high notes at the end and some ad libs. Like
Mhm.
her vocals sound great. I think somebody pointed out earlier that she has gotten more comfortable over time with singing in her music, and it definitely shows. I mean, there's absolute like there's more comfort singing here tenfold
Night and
compared
day.
to
Yeah.
Eclipse and previous stuff that she's put out. So that's really cool to see, and I think that this genre um, is a really fun avenue for her to explore her vocals more, and something that I think was like pretty on point with the time that this came out, because I think somebody did mention in the chat that this is around the time that like Yena was doing this, and G Idol had done some pop rock kind of stuff as well.
Sure.
So I think it's just another great addition to the repertoire of that time.
Agreed. For sure. Gonna get into some comments here. Let's see what we got. All right. Everybody was like, yeah, CITT, very stoked. Gondo, that's what Gondo said. He said, yes, I was hoping this one was going to be picked. B Don says, oh, key be all. Everybody keeps saying cutie be all. Love it. Gondo says, this was around Yena Smiley and Tomboy era. If I remember, pop rock was big that year. And then G says, pop rock should be big every year. It's my favorite genre alongside pop punk. Very sick. Yoni says, Moonbyul is now with 120 credits on Komokao. By the way, she remains the most credited female idol in history. That's awesome. Shout outs to her. Ghana says, is Soyeon second. And then Yoni says, I love the rock Avril vibes. I think she was learning how to play guitar. Oh, very sick. Love that. G says, it's Miro. And then Soyeon is fourth behind LE. I assume that's just in regards to the awards here. And then, yeah, basically, it was basically just talking about her accreditation. So very sick.
I'm curious. Uni, so you said that at Aya she had 71 credits and now she has 120. What else has she been credited on since then? Because there hasn't been 50 Mamamoo songs or Moonbyul songs since Aya. So is she working on like other RBW groups or
That's
like
crazy.
other projects? I'm very unfamiliar with her credits outside of her own stuff. So I'm just interested because I'm always curious to see when idols or producers / idols are working in other stuff. For example, Ellie was mentioned as being one of the most credited. She is the main producer for Tribe.
Oh.
She works on all of Tribe's stuff, so she has a lot of credits on their music. She was also the rapper and produced when she was in the group EXID. Who we will be covering eventually. They are on the wheel. I put them on the wheel.
Oh, sick.
So,
very cool. Everybody keeps saying it's features and solo projects.
Huh. Okay.
Wow.
I guess I'm shocked that there's 50 credits to come out of that, but good for her.
That's awesome. B Don says you would be surprised how many Mamamoo and solo songs along with features that the ladies have put out. I'm sure.
You know what? I guess I would be surprised.
We are both surprised. So, love to see it. They're still crushing it. Stoked on what Mamamoo is going to be doing next. But we're going to be more current. This is going to be our final video of the night. It's going to be Moonbyul's newest song. So, do you know the name of it, Alex? I'll just pull it up. Touching and Moving. There we go. All right. Let us know what you think about her new album and what songs I should check out if I should not check out the whole thing, because I feel like I probably should. But all right, if you're ready, Alex, since we both haven't listened to this yet, we might as well get into it.
All right, yeah, I'm in hyper focus here.
All right, let's rock.
Dude, she looks so good. What the heck?
춤을 더 끌어올리고 올리고 Keep it up 널 미치게 했다면 Gotta groove Ooh. 이 노래 위에 네 몸을 맡긴 순간 In your playlist 알잖아 넌 Ooh. Cause 마치 이건 내 말랐던 너에게 new thing Yeah tell me what you got 이 느낌은 touching I'm moving Can you feel the rhythm here 네 맘을 touching 내 맘을 touching I'm moving 시동을 걸어 다시 춤추게
Oh, this is sick.
touching I'm moving 이 노래 위에 네 몸을 맡긴 순간 In your playlist 알잖아 넌 Ooh. Cause 마치 이건 내 말랐던 너에게 new thing Yeah tell me what you got 이 느낌은 바로 이 느낌
Woo!
I'm moving Can you feel the rhythm here
Oh,
네 맘을 touching 내 맘을 touching I'm moving 시동을 걸어 다시 춤추게 touching moving 내 맘을 touching 내 맘을 touching I'm moving 시동을 걸어 다시 춤추게 touching
bruh. Bruh. Oh, she has to take her AirPods out. Sorry. Oh, okay. Thought there was going to be more. She just looks up. Anyway, that was Touchin' and Movin' by Moonbyul. Let's go.
Holy shit.
That was fire. You want to go
Holy
first,
shit.
Alex? Go ahead.
Oh my god. I'm like a little bit of overstimulated at the moment. Try to gather.
Do you want me to go first then?
No, I can
Okay.
ramble a little bit. I don't know what to say. It's like it's got that like funk. It's
Oh,
definitely heavy,
yeah.
heavy funk. Obviously, a lot of like horns, a lot of cool funk samples, really cool bass line. Has a little bit of like that neutro kind of feel, but
Yeah.
um, man, it is so interesting. This is not at all what I was expecting. This direction her to go direction wise. I'm not sure what the rest of the album sounds like. I'm probably gonna listen to it
Same. Yeah.
immediately, or maybe add the other music video to the wheel or something because I need to hear the rest of it. This is so out of left field for me, I guess, because I just associate Moonbyul so much with like being the rapper and
Yeah.
and like Eclipse and like Cheese in the Trap is a one off. So a song like this, which this song I think for me sits in a little bit of a similar pocket that Honey does.
Ooh, yeah. Okay.
From Solar. Not that they necessarily sound similar or that similar, but in terms of like mood and like feeling, I sort of get a similar vibe. Which I'll say that this song immediately on first listen is like up there. I don't know. I said when we started that Honey was my favorite song that we'd be listening to today. And I hadn't heard this song yet, and now this song is contending. The song is very, very up there.
Nice. Let's go.
It's so cool to see how strong her vocals are in this because she is like main vocalist material for your average K-pop group.
Agreed. Yeah. Big facts.
Which is crazy I mean she's in like obviously like a superstar group, Mamamoo, superstar vocalist. So for her to be kind of like, quote unquote, the rapper, sub vocalist, whatever her official position is. I'm sorry, I don't really know the positions. But to have this quality of vocals and diversity in
Oh,
what she's
sure.
able to like bring to these songs is really really impressive. This is so cool. There's so much going on in this song too. Like we have that little dance break kind of thing where you have like vocal
Oh
samples that are all
yeah,
chopped up. And the key change at the end is really really nicely like smooth. Came out of nowhere, wasn't expecting it, and
it was
it
great.
rolled very smoothly into the outro of the song. And then the last thing I guess I'll touch on before throwing it over to you is the whoever did the editing on this video
Oh, great.
hit it out of the park. Had like an absolute field day, and all it did was just enhance the vibe and like the fun that I think this video was trying to convey through the screen. So yeah, this is a 10 out of 10 for me. This is so good.
I would also piggyback and say this is a 10 out of 10 for me. I'm kind of floored if I'm gonna be 100%. Not that I don't feel like Moonbyul is not capable of writing some like great music, but I think going from She's in the Trap to this, like it. If you had told me this was Moonbyul, I would be like shocked. I think because like as Alex mentioned, like she is like the rapper of the group, and like not to discount her abilities as a vocalist, but I think very similarly to like how we kind of severely underrated Ween. I feel like we might have also severely underrated Moonbyul in her vocal talent. Like she clearly can hold her own as a vocalist, um, and I think this song does a really great job of proving that point. The song really does her vocals a justice. I think there was some really cool like vocal melodies that she incorporated in this song that were like really a shock to me. And I really enjoyed that, especially in like that like second chorus. I think she really popped off in that part of the song. Obviously like the last chorus of the song being a key change, I think she was able to kind of like stretch her range even that much more so, which was really awesome. But I think for me personally, I was just really, really shocked at like the level of talent that she possesses. Like her dancing, like the choreo in the song was really well antiquated in the song. I think the instrumentation only benefited her, and just kind of again crushed the direction. I really am excited to listen to the rest of the album. If there is an MV on here on our wheel now that I shouldn't watch, then I won't watch it. But because I want to keep it fresh for the live videos. But oh man, like I thought for sure tonight was gonna be a Wien thing, which I think it still is certainly. But I mean, she has really worked. I feel like Moonbyul has worked incredibly hard in her vocal prowess, and I think she's obviously this has proved all that time and talent that she has put into it to really flourish. So I'm glad we saved this for the live because definitely a song that I will absolutely be listening to again, and just everything about the instrumentation to the vocals just were magical. So shout out to Moonbyul. This is a fucking banger of a track to end the live on, I'd argue. So good
Yeah.
move, good moves. We love it. But all right, well, that is our Mamamoo Part 3. I don't know if we plan on doing a part 4 as of yet. That might happen when we get a return of Mamamoo, I'm sure. But we do have some Moonbyul that got added to the wheel. So, I mean, we got that going for us. If you are new to the chat, you can add in your picks and choice onto the wheel. You do get channel points. If you do show up and comment, hang out, chat with us, you're able to get points. So feel free to do it. It does not require a sub or anything. If you just show up and hang out, that's the best way to kind of commit
Yeah.
and hang out.
Gondo is running this wheel, by the way.
Gondo is
They have
really running the wheel.
like 4 or 5 songs on the wheel right now.
Gondo
So
is giving us the love, so we appreciate them. So definitely, if you have
that
any suggestions, feel free to drop them.
yeah, that should go to show that I think we've only had these channel points up for like 1 or 2 streams, and Gondo already has like 4 or 5
For
songs submitted. So it doesn't take that long to accrue the channel points. So feel free, you guys, whatever request
yeah,
whatever. I think the only really constraints are that we would prefer it be a music video, not something that's like a live or
yeah,
side content. And please no Japanese stuff because it will get us taken down.
yeah. That's not good. Not the move. Not that we don't want to listen to it, but feel free to just comment it, and I will check it out certainly. But yeah, unfortunately, the Japanese stuff is rough. Gee, thank you. Stacy Poppy is on the list here. I don't know if that was one that we had on
Ooh.
the wheel or not. Did we, Alex?
I don't think so, but I think we are planning on doing a bigger Stacy video.
All right.
I think we will do I think we're gonna actually do like a whole full stream on
Stacy deep
Stacy
dive.
eventually. I think we're kind of just waiting for a comeback. So G, if you would like to pick
Give
something
another one.
different,
Yeah.
feel free. Or I can they don't they have a Korean version of Poppy though?
I think maybe. I don't know. You're.
I'm asking. I'm
I know.
asking chat.
I know.
Yeah, G, if you want to suggest, if you want to change that suggestion, or I can refund the points, up to you.
Yeah, let us know. But yeah, that's it for this stream. Next week we are down to the one stream, the Wednesday stream. Um, so I don't
Unless we
know.
say otherwise, just
Unless we
keep an
say
up,
otherwise.
keep an eye on YouTube.
Keep an eye on the YouTube. We'll make sure to let you guys know. I have been debating on whether or not I should live stream my birthday at the K-pop night, but I feel like the audio is going to be absolutely blistered, so I feel like that's probably not the move. But I might do a stream on the 29th, the like night before my birthday. So if you want to come hang out on Thursday, let me know. I don't think I'm doing anything, so
And I might join.
and Alex might join. So let us know. You can give me some really cringe shit to watch or give me some cool shit to watch. I don't know. We'll figure it
Maybe
out.
we'll do a big old variety wheel stream or something. We'll see.
Let's go. That'd be sick. Speaking of next week, I don't know what we're doing in terms of that. Alex, do we have any? Obviously, we'll also talk with Therese about it because Therese will, fingers crossed, be back with us next week. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know who we're doing. I still forgot to make that boys and girls group post on YouTube, so I will absolutely go do that right after this. So feel free to give us some stuff. We did check out Young Posse
Yeah.
G. I think we did most of it. And we did the new.
We did that one. Yeah, we did that one specifically.
We did the new Posse Up one, so you can check that one out. Unfortunately we're taking up all of G's picks. But yeah, that's kind of the vibe right now. And then I know Twice has their album coming out next week as well. So maybe we'll do a special Twice stream. I would like to do Twice at some point. I know I had someone ask if I would go back and listen to old Twice, like first couple albums Twice, since I'm obviously more familiar with like Feel Special and On. So maybe I'll go back and do that. Maybe that will be my birthday stream, is listen to some Twice. So yeah, so that's the vibe. Also, G put Black Swan, Cat and Mouse. I don't know if that's. Are you familiar with that, Alex?
That is. I'm so sorry, Chi. That is already on the wheel.
Oh my God! Wow, you keep. Oh wait. If you can send me the link for the wheel, I'll put the wheel up so you can.
Well, I don't want to scam you. I mean,
No. I don't mean like that. I
Just,
just mean like to see what's on there so we can give everybody a better idea of what we're doing. Oh my God.
yeah. One sec.
That's It's all good.
There you go.
Okay, cool. We'll be right back, guys. I'm pulling the wheel up. We can get it. Oh. Gotta go back to full screen. You have to see my Discord chat thing. The wheel is looking big right now. We got a lot to we got a lot to cover.
It's a big wheel.
It's a big wheel, yeah. We got some good ones though. I'm excited to get more into. I really enjoyed Lightsome and CIX from the last one. Also,
okay.
Tribe. I've been waiting to listen to a Tribe song, and I really hope that we land on Tribe. I hope I don't know if Therese is still in the chat, but I have listened to that Junie track, Optimist. That was great. So
yeah, I told myself I'm gonna stop adding to the wheel and unless people redeem their points for it, because it's getting a little crazy.
We're gonna have to do a big boy stream for one of these, but yeah, you get a little sneak peek at the wheel. We will deliberate on who we will be doing Wednesday, and possibly, like I said, I definitely plan on doing a stream Thursday, probably. So to what extent, I don't know, but would like to do some stuff during that time. And then G said, okay, yeah, I got one. Perfect song. I Chillin', Bite Me. We have a lot of I Chillin' on here.
Okay, cool.
All right.
We do now have a lot of I Chillin' on there, but that's fine. I like them.
Cool. All right, cool. Well, thank you, everyone, for joining the stream. If you are new and you did like what we're doing here, make sure to give us a follow. It's the best way to find out when we go live and do all this sort of stuff. So definitely give us a follow. If you are watching this on YouTube, we do this shit live. So come hang out. We would love to see you in the chat, especially if you love these groups or you love multiple groups and you stand a lot of groups. This is the best time. So come hang out. We'd love to see you in a future video. If you like the content, subscribe. That would be really great. And join us for the variety wheel. That has been a fucking blast. So if you haven't been to or watched one of those, come hang out for those. Those are really fun. And you guys control us with some picks if you redeem some points. So feel free to do that. I feel like Gondo has already done that already. So feel free to give us some more troll picks. We'd love to give you the best reaction we possibly can to these songs. So, but yeah. That's what we got going on, and we'll catch you on Wednesday of next week. All right, guys? Have a good week, and talk to you later.
Bye, everyone.